Greetings, YouTube. It should come to no one's surprise that Chesapeake Bay has a pollution problem. In fact, there are some sections of the Chesapeake Bay where they have dead zones, where the oxygen level is so low in these dead zones that animal life cannot survive. There's a plan, however, to reduce the pollution in the Chesapeake Bay and try to revitalize those dead zones and bring the Chesapeake Bay back into a much healthier condition than it has been in decades. There are 21 Attorney Generals, however, in the United States, some not even near the Chesapeake Bay, that want to block these efforts. And here's why. The argument, this is including the AG of Alaska and Wyoming, argue that the cleanup plan raises a serious concerns about states' rights, and they worry that if the plan is left to stand, the EPA could enact similar pollution limits on watersheds such as the Mississippi. And you will be surprised not at all that these efforts are being backed by big business, the people who have polluted the Chesapeake Bay, who are polluting the Mississippi, and who are polluting watersheds all over the world, but in the United States in particular at the moment, because it's involving U.S. Attorney Generals. They want to make sure that the EPA doesn't enact rules that could affect their bottom line. And their bottom line is, we want to pollute as much as we can and get away with it. They want to shift as much of their business waste, literally, into the public sector as they can. Why, of course, they privatize all the profit. And this is one of the reasons that I despise both big business and states' rights. This is an example of divide and conquer. That by breaking this into small problems, 50 states, each AG attacks it from a different area or combine themselves into a class action suit if they want, and make themselves have a much bigger presence in the court system. So, this is standard military tactics. You want to take your enemy down, you divide your enemy up into smaller units. It's easier to take your enemy down in smaller units. That's why I despise states' rights. Because you can take something on, in this case, get 21 shots at it in hopes that you could knock that effort down. You can stop that effort so the big business in these other states that have nothing to do with the Chesapeake Bay can continue to pollute. And remember, big business wants to shift as much of the costs of their business into the public sector as possible. And of course, always while privatizing the profits. They want to use the roads, they don't want to pay for them. They want to use the water system, they don't want to pay for it. They want to pollute the environment, they don't want to pay for the cleanup. That's what they do. That's how they make sure that they always come out ahead, while we, the people, the keepers of the public trust, always end up holding the bag. And that's whenever someone talks about states' rights, I get so angry. I don't want to get angry. One of my goals in life is to get to a point in life where I'm never angry again. I haven't reached that point yet, because regressive politicians and big business keep making me angry. And it's hard, man. There are segments of text from these people that I just can't read because it infuriates me so much. There are sections of videos I'll see online, particularly on the Young Turks, that I can't listen to because they make me so angry. Because there are big business or regressive politicians standing up there looking straight into a camera, talking into that mic, and lying. Twisting the truth. Avoiding reality. Tricking, deceiving, cheating, stealing, maiming, poisoning, and killing in the name of profit. And the American people buy it, hook, line, and sinker. And it's it's pulling us all right down to the bottom of that poison bay. And I'm tired of it. Really tired of it. So when people talk about states' rights, this is what I think of. This thing right here, besides, stripping Americans of their civil liberties in the case of on wrong racial lines or if they're a member of the LGBTQ community. But here is an effort to clean up a bay, to bring a bay back to a point where it was healthier in the past, and we have American attorney generals blocking that effort on behalf of big business. And that's sickening. And we should stop it. And we should make sure that they can't do that. That they can't destroy the public trust. That they can't poison, literally poison, the land upon which we survive in the name of profit. And yet, they do it, time and again. And I can't figure out why Americans put up with it. I do not grasp it. Because it's all right in front of us. Right there. All we have to do is look at the information, see how it's connected, and realize that big business's bottom line is never, ever in our best interest.